But for now, it's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Visual Thursdays with Anime Fan RK2K. If you, just so you know, I know that today is Valentine's Day, February 14th. My time. It's the 15th for my European viewers. Good morning. Who's winning on Cheers? I think King is this week. I think my cheer thing on my side updates once a week. He has 106. He has the free bits from watching ads. But yep, it's Valentine's Day. I'm all of single, so you know, doesn't really affect me too much. I'll be very much looking forward to the chocolate sales that happen in American supermarket grocery stores tomorrow. We are all alone on Valentine's, but well, guess what? You know, it's okay. It's okay because you know what? I'm not truly alone. I have my games. I have my viewers and who are my friends and mods. So you know, I think that's a good way to start it. So with that said, let's go. Things have returned to normal. Well, transferred in at a pretty unusual time, and I can hardly say that I had a normal first few weeks here. It's more like things have calmed down and reached normality. Yeah, chocolate? Awesome. I've been here longer than I thought. Yeah, you're fat? Don't we all have our fat? I mean, to be fair, like, my dinner consisted of, I think, a pound of meat. So, spend all your money on cards. That's, yeah, well, guess what, Tom? Treat yourself. Get cards if you want. It's hard not to think about all the stuff I must have missed in this school before my arrival, or things that might have happened in my old school since I've been gone. Since you've been gone. Is that an old song now? Man. I wonder where these feelings come from since I don't leave much behind. I have a lot more here than I like. If that wasn't the case, then I wouldn't even bother with something like student council or Shizune and Missha. I'd be hard pressed to care about anything. The school is how I imagined it would be. Got hype emotes, that's what's important. So even this feeling of a daily routine makes me glad in a way. I dread the amount of work that's going to hit me in the student council after school. Enough to want to consider stepping out on my duties just this once. Yeah, it's nice to feel that there's something I can do. So I think it's a Kelly Clarkson song. I think it's like from her first album. Something like that. Anyway. Shizune drops a stack of attendance sheets next to me. Thanks again for helping me out. Thanks again, Hechan. Sure is a lot of work though. Oh man, that was a pretty piss poor Missha Shizune voice. This is one of the things when I'm not feeling so good. I'm also physically lacking. My voice will come back, honest. Sure is a lot of work though. I had to skip out on sign language class again. Now I'm at a level where I can understand most of Shizune and Missha's conversations with each other, so I'm not too bothered by it. Shizune still doesn't know that though. I'm determined to keep things that way until I'm very sure of my skills. Perhaps a little childish of me. Tanabata is less than 5 days, but they're only going to start building the stalls tomorrow. Hechan, we might have to help out with the building stalls again, starting tomorrow. Why? What was the point of taking them apart then? That took days, didn't it? Yep, that's right. Even though Hechan wasn't there for it. I would have helped out if you asked. It wouldn't have made sense to bore you with cleanup duty after you enjoyed the festival so much. It wouldn't have made sense to bore you with making you clean up right after the festival. It would have ruined the fun. So for 2004? Jeez! Man, songs that are 15 years old. Oh my goodness. Oh god, I have to make a reference to like something 2019-y. Yo, have you guys watched Kage-sama Love is War? Pretty good series. Besides. Hechan is lazy anyway. You would have tried to run away again. Hechan doesn't like playing Foxhound. What? Yeah, Kelly Clarkson's. From like the first American Idol. Oh shoot, that No, it's not 2004. Can't be from 2004. Yo, it has to be at least like... Is it 2004? Oh, it might be. You feel old yourself now, Tom? That stings. She covers her mouth with her hand and starts shaking. It takes me a second to realize she's laughing, mostly because she's doing so completely soundlessly. It's a little strange to see, but more or less, the same good-spirited kind as Missha's without being eardrum piercing. That's a good question, though, Hechan. Huh? Stalls! The Sucking Owls from 2004? Man. Yo, I used you know what's really funny? Yo, back in like 2006, I was in college in my dorm, and in our dorm we had like one of those high-speed internet connections, and we had this program that if you're on the same network as other people, you can share each other's iTunes folders, and you can pick and choose what you want to share as well with it. It was pretty cool because like literally I think on each floor we had somebody designated to be like the go-to for like music of that floor. Like mine, I actually had a ton of actual like current J-pop. So a ton of people downloaded from me because of that. Someone on the 6th floor had a huge selection of like Broadway musical music. I think somebody on the 4th floor was like, they had a big Hispanic selection. I loved it. So like we used to like share like all sorts of like music through this network in our dorm. And I went to school at like in NYU, New York University. So we had a ton of people in that building. It was great. I got all the music I want for like a full year. Like whatever I wanted. It was good times. You're only 18, you feel 28, Tom? Fair. Yo, it was really cool, yeah, like, and it wasn't like, you know, through like, through any of the shady, like, music sharing sites. It was kind of like a, you know, hey, I own this CD. It was like the equivalent of passing it around, but it was through iTunes. It was through like a program that utilized iTunes. It was pretty cool. Let's see. It's a storage issue. The school doesn't have anywhere to store so many stalls, since each one is pretty large. They won't pay for outside storage either, so this is what they decided on. It's inefficient but cheaper. Because the school doesn't have anywhere to store that many stalls, Hechan. Ah, yeah, right. They do, but they don't want to pay. Sorry, Hechan. It's because of the previous generation. The leadership decided that outside storage costs had risen too much. The student council before us was too weak-willed to tell them that it's stupid to have to build and disassemble 60 stalls twice every year. Man, Shizune looks really annoyed by this. Yo, Tom, trust me. One of my roommates, one of my neighbors in my dorm, they had a ton of Daft Punk music. I got all of it, man. Oh, hell yeah. Yo, Daft Punk's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff. Okay. Hechan, let's eat something. It feels like we've been working all day. We have. Now that I think about it, I am hungry. I would have had lunch, but it was really crowded today for some reason, so I decided it wasn't worth the trouble. They have fine taste. Oh, yo, trust me. Like, one of my roommates was big on musicals, and that's why we found the guy who had all the musicals to download their music. It was like that today because they had some especially interesting things for sale on the side. Like what? No, don't tell me. Guess it doesn't matter since I won't be able to eat them anyway. She looks oddly pleased with herself. I wonder what the context of that could be. I prepared ahead of time for this. Beaming with self-satisfaction, she produced a wide assortment of food from her bag. Can we immediately see that 90% of it or more was taken from the lunchroom. Discovery Owl? Yo, that's a good one. Sweet. Good to know we can agree on music and watch someone in the future on YouTube's like, man, I hate Daft Punk. Daft Punk sucks and you suck. I'm like, yo, chillax, please. I like all music though, so I'm actually probably like a poor ally in terms of music preferences, because I have pretty weird taste in music, because I basically like all music, no matter what, more or less. But my favorite genre is classical music, as in like classical music. And then my second favorite is like anime songs, because I just watch so much anime. If someone does, you'll personally finish that wartime. You don't have to go to war. Actually, you know what? Going to war over Daft Punk music selection isn't a bad thing. Classic AI nailed it. Do you despise grime? Okay, classic ain't bad. Yo, how's it going, King? Beaming with self-confidence, she produced a wide assortment of food from her bag. You can immediately see that 90... Oh yeah, I read that. There's a lot as well. Isn't there a limit on how much a person can buy? That means these gains are definitely ill-gotten. The veal cutlet bread is always sold out in the first minute of lunch. I'm impressed you managed to obtain one. Thank you. I reach for it quickly, but Shizune immediately makes a grab for it as well. Her hand goes slack for a second when it touches mine. She immediately pushes forth with redoubled effort, that blazing competitive spirit flashing dangerously in her eyes. Her fingers pry at mine, searching for an opening. Most people dislike your music? I think you're fine, Uni. I don't budge an inch, prepared to fight for this bread with my life. I may never have another chance to eat this. I'm fully aware that if we continue like this, we could crush the bread, greatly reducing its edibility. Missha, tell her that unless she lets go, the bread is going to be crushed.
Why can't you do it yourself?
Startled that she can so nonchalantly let slip that I could communicate with Shizune just fine if I wanted to. I almost considered a possibility it was intentional, but I'm sure she was just distracted trying to tear the wrapper off a juice box straw. Isn't it obvious? I can't let go of the bread.
I can't tell Hechan that then.
She puts her palms up to the sky and shrugs, a wide grin on her face. Why not?
Because you have a stake in this, so I can't trust you. If Hechan wants to reply, she has to let go of the bread, and then you win. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe that's what you want, Hechan. It wouldn't be fair, so I'm going to be neutral, like Switzerland.
Switzerland?
Do you know about Switzerland?
Of course I do. It's neutral. They're neutral. She just stares at me cockily, the tip of her tongue sticking out slightly from between her teeth. She continues to tug firmly at the veal cutlet bread between us. Slowly she lets go and holds her hands up, palms facing outward. Universal gesture of peace.
This seems like a poor way to settle this, doesn't it? And you might crush the bread.
She glares, and her passive expression quickly plummets into a disapproving grimace.
Hechan! Drop the bread! We are negotiating now!
This is not what you thought you'd be doing on Valentine's Day? Yo, it's a great time. It's a great time to be watching a live stream of a visual novel of a guy trying to get together with Shizune. Come on. Is that what it's doing as it's over? Yeah. For anybody in the European time zone, Valentine's Day has already passed. I was thinking of doing like a special live stream, some sort of something or other, but I was like I've been really busy, and that required a lot of planning that I didn't have time to actually do. I dropped the bread reluctantly. Misha's hand darts in from the side, her fingers strumming across the table as it makes its way over.
Ah! Ha ha! Don't mind me. I don't even really like veal. I'll just take this sandwich right here, and something to drink too.
Picking them up cautiously, she immediately retreats. She has the right idea. Just pick something else. There are lots of delicious things here. Chicken katsudon bread is also a popular seller, ranking high in taste and demand. I've already eaten one before. Watching me trying to get that puss on Valentine's. I mean, I wouldn't put it that crudely, but basically you're correct.
You're so immature, Hisao. This wouldn't be a problem if you would pick something else. Chicken katsudon bread is delicious. You're so immature, Hechan. Why don't you pick the chicken katsudon bread instead? It's delicious.
But I've already eaten that.
Hechan. Why are you so obsessed with eating the veal cutlet bread? Specifically!
The mute deaf puss? Wow, that seems worse, man. It's hard to get normally. Rare things are more delicious.
You are acting like a child. You're acting like a kid, Hechan.
I know, right? Why don't you eat the chicken bread?
That's not important.
Turning bright red, she smiles cunningly and continues.
There's no reason with you, so it looks like there's only one way to settle this. We're going to play for it. That doesn't matter! We'll play for it instead!
Somehow expected this. It's a logical conclusion. Shizune has always been studying for a long time, pretty much continuously up until now. Their finals over, I guess that surplus energy has to go somewhere. Play what?
The oldest game known to man, upon which the fate of nations has been known to rest. Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, Jankenpon, man.
We'll play rock, paper, scissors. Really? That sounds so serious, Hechan.
There's no humor in her expression. She is dead set on this. Okay. She draws her hand back and I mirror her. Go! Both put out rock. A draw. I thought I had the perfect plan. Rock is unbeatable. Shizune frowns, deeply upset by this unexpected turn of events. Not as planned.
Again.
2 papers. Damn.
Again.
We both throw out 2 rocks again. The third hand is among us representing scissors.
This looks fun. Can I play?
She's a little bit annoyed.
It's a duel, Hechan? Dueling conduct? You're right. I really don't know.
The faster she signs, the harder it is to follow. In fact, it looks like even Missha is having trouble keeping up. What's she talking about?
One more time.
Tie again. Every time Shizune demands a rematch, eventually skipping that step altogether and throwing rock, paper, or scissors out with increasingly reckless abandon. We've been playing completely random, we continue to tie. This is a mathematical long shot. Missha hovers above us, watching it all and laughing each time we draw. After 16 rounds, Shizune pushes her chair away from the table and stands up.
Enough of this, Hechan. I see what I've been doing wrong. This will all be over in the next round, so brace yourself, okay? Okay. I have studied your thought processes, and I see how you play. I'm anticipating your next move, and will combat it expertly.
It's all news to me, as I can't remember what we were doing this over. So grins confidently, a look of fearless daring on her face. Her cool eyes flash with pure competitive spirit. She draws her hand back, goading me wordlessly to do the same. Her form was amazing, like a professional bowler or something, just to throw a hand motion. 2 papers. That face, man. That's a face we never see. Shizune's body immediately goes slack. She rubs her temples with a look of exasperation on her face as she lets out a sigh so long. It sounds like a tire deflating. I realize I've gotten a lot hungrier in the time we've been doing this. Oh, Uni's Wi-Fi died? Oof. Big oofs. You can just split it. Break the bread in half and offer one half to Shizune. She takes it. Shizune is bamboozled!
Thank you.
She looks at the bread in her hand, studying it.
But this feels hollow somehow.
Regardless of how she feels, she still eats it. All of a sudden I see Missha observing the scene out of the corner of my eye.
Hechan! That was very romantic, I think.
Oh, come on.
Wah!
She laughs and takes a bite of her second sandwich. We eat in silence for a while, Shizune and I managing to avoid any other contest, and then we go back to work. Food was eaten. Losing Wi-Fi is the biggest vouchies. If I lost my Wi-Fi, I just cry. Because I'm streaming. That'd be bad. For many reasons. They finish up the day's usual filing. I think to myself that this might be Shizune's way of trying to start this week on a high note. After all, tomorrow's when the real work will begin. With her hands literally full building stalls, she won't be able to talk very much. Both Shizune and the Wi-Fi have taken a big L. Ooh. Likely to be pretty dull and tiring. Like it was the first time around. Appreciative of her effort in that case. It's nice to have days like this as a way of enjoying yourself for the days ahead. I think that was her idea as well. Also remember that I still have to get rid of Kenji's package. Damn thing is bulky and somehow I've never been able to track him down since I picked it up. After student council is adjourned for the day, we walk towards the vending machines to look for something to drink. Parting from Shizune and Missha. Short trip, but after even just a few seconds, I start to get the feeling I'm not alone. A pair of hands cover my eyes.
Guess who?
Shizune?
Wahaha! It's me, Hechan.
Yeah, I know.
Then why did you say it was Hechan? It's okay to be wrong sometimes, Hechan. You're too proud.
Yo, Tetris Battle Royale was actually a lot of fun.
Anyway, after student council, you don't usually have any plans, right? So you're just going to go straight to your dorm.
Where else would I go?
Okay, that's great. That's great, Hechan. I wanted to talk to you today, so this works out perfectly.
Two high school students alone after class in a quiet, empty building. The sun dyes the sky a romantic amber color. The cute girl says that she wants to talk. But a secretive and appealing situation. My imagination is buzzing. It's likely not going to be anywhere near as exciting as I'm making it out to be, but it's fun to play it up that way. Popping sound of my canned coffee opening destroys any chance of maintaining such a cheesy mood, sounding louder than I had ever thought imaginable. Amplified by the context of the situation, I sigh in disappointment and relief. After a firm punch, you fix the Wi-Fi, you punch it back in line. Get back! Yeah, I'm gonna be playing, I'm definitely playing a lot of those games, man. Yeah, I did want to pre-order like 6 of the games that are revealed on the Direct. Or I'll be getting them in one way, shape, or form. I mean, I already got one, and the one I'm gonna get at the end of the month. That's Deltarune Chapter 1 for the Switch. So I might finally do. Oh yeah, I'm thinking of getting Astral Chain and 3 Houses. Fix it by hitting it works every time. I'm not so sure if that should be how you fix your Wi-Fi unit. So what is it? Oh, I'm also gonna get Oninaki, the new Square Enix game too.
Oh, actually, I'm a little behind in some of my classes, and if I don't catch up, it could be a problem. I can't put it off any longer.
Works with your car too? Just punch your car?
My teachers say that I have to really start taking things seriously. So I should listen, especially because this is the 3rd time.
Rune 5 is poggers? Yo, man. Hell yeah.
I'm sorry, Hechan.
Why are you apologizing?
I won't be able to help you or Shichan with student council for a few days. It'll only be for 2 or 3 days, really. I'll definitely try and come back as soon as possible, but...
Can't say I'm happy about this. It's supposed to be getting really busy this week too, isn't it? That's some unfortunate timing. For a second, I want to ask if maybe Shizune could pull some strings to get her out of it. Yay! I won over Metro! Will Metro be there after I end streaming? Missha looks so genuinely apologetic about it. It would be pretty dickish of me to say something like that. Besides, she says something that can't be put off any longer. I'm inclined to believe her, considering how surprisingly serious she can be with student council duties. Yeah, I see. It's okay. You managed with just Shizune and yourself last year, didn't you? So I'm sure I'll be able to as well. Don't worry about it. Should be, you hope so?
Really? Thank you, Hechan. Really? Yay, yay! I didn't know Hechan would take it so well. I thought you would be worried with how there's going to be so much work with Tanabata coming up and everything.
Damn, she knows me oddly well.
But Hechan is so composed. I'm glad.
Yeah, composed. Anyway, joking aside, haha, yeah, you're sort of right. I was thinking about it. That's not that big a deal. I'm not going to freak out over that. It's gonna be a little annoying passing that pad back and forth to talk to Shizune. So,
Hechan, just tell Shichan that you can use sign language too. I don't understand why you won't.
not yet. I can understand most things already, but I want to be really sure. Actually, I wouldn't mind. The secrecy is killing me too. It'd be nice to be able to talk to her in a real conversation. Does it come with cardboard? What? Don't worry, I'm going to have to tell her eventually. I want to. Actually, I'm trying to think of a good opportunity for it.
That won't be a problem, Hechan.
Why not?
Well, because I kind of told Shichan that you could understand her. She was worried about the same thing, that you wouldn't be able to understand each other. So, I was worried, but it worked out fine in the end after all. Ha ha ha!
What? The limited edition Dark Souls Seas came out with a cardboard model of the bonfire? So you could just set it on fire? I lose it. Ah! Do you know how stupid I look now? Sat there for like half the damn day acting like I couldn't read sign language. Are you seriously telling me that she knew the whole time I could? She's probably thinking, this guy's a complete jackass pretending he can't understand me. I made a total ass of myself. Good Missha, backstabby Sal, he deserves it. How could you let me do this? Missha frowns, seemingly lost for words, on realizing that I'm taking this differently than she might have expected. She doesn't speak again until after seeing that I've calmed down.
But Hechan, I think this is definitely for the best.
She says without batting an eye, having waited patiently through my panic to say it. The cheerful delivery of her words makes it seem like she sliced out the time between when she dropped the bomb and me and now. It's pretty funny in a way. The one time someone asked Missha to keep her mouth shut. Do you think she'd keep her mouth shut? Yeah, such a one-track mind, you know that?
Yes!
Damage is done. Missha can believe that things will work out with such unflinching surety, then maybe it's worth giving it a chance. If things don't work out, I'll run as fast as I possibly can. Try and make it up to me anyway, just in case. She offers to buy me another drink from the vending machine. It's a very small token of apology, but I suppose it's a thought that counts. Her thoughts are sincere. Plus, it's a free drink, so I accept. Yo, free, man. No, that's what I think. Hey, kid, come into the van. Free candy. Free candy? Walk into van. There's no free candy here. Exactly. So I punched the guy in the dick and walked out. Fuck that shit. No free candy. And the guy's like, well, I didn't hear kids curse like that. I'm like, fucking 10. What do you think I am? A baby? He solid deserved it anyway, let's be honest, guys. To be fair, he had to ask somebody so he can actually get into a sign language class. King. And that's why. And he didn't have anyone to rely on other than Shizune or Missha. And asking Shizune when he wanted to keep it a secret from Shizune would be the wrong choice. So he asked Missha. Throw back my daily fistful of pills with a glass of water. After a solid 8 hours of sleep, I don't really know what I was so afraid of last night. Chew a particularly large tablet in half, I continue to rationalize my worries away. Shizune knew I was taking sign language classes all day yesterday and didn't make a big deal out of it. She might be mute, but that doesn't mean she can't make her feelings known. No, in fact, it seems like she's all the more direct for it. She doesn't beat around the bush or hold back. She always makes herself clear unapologetically, so there can be no mistakes. 8 hours of sleep, I know, right? Yo, the last time I did that, it was like after I beat Kingdom Hearts 3, because it was like after a 24-hour live stream, I played it for 24 hours, and then I beat the game after the 24 hours. 0 hours of sleep is normal, though, for us. Come on, Tom. So she wasn't mad then. It's unlikely she would be at all. On top of that, I didn't do anything wrong anyway. But as that fear of mine recedes, the thought of spending a couple of days with Shizune without Missha takes its place. I hadn't really thought about it yesterday, but the idea becomes more and more intimidating. Sure, I can understand sign language pretty well, but I would definitely hesitate to say I could understand it, but above a basic level. If she were to speed up her signing, which she does quite a bit, I don't think I could keep up. Signing too is not my strong suit. Doing both at the same time like Missha can is still a distant dream.
Hechan!
What?
Don't forget, you said you would help out with building installs today, behind the school after classes are over, okay?
Wait, this game is not realistic as he sells a teenager and sleeps properly? Well, he was in the hospital for a good chunk of time, Tom. He might not be normal anymore. I know.
Last time you helped out, Hechan, we really appreciated it. This time, it's even more important, so skipping out is unforgivable, okay?
I want to ask why that is, but there isn't any opportunity to. Besides, Missha is behind in her classes, so it seems like a bad idea to distract her now that I know that. I can always ask her at lunch, which is what I end up doing.
Because, Hechan, a festival that celebrates a town is exactly what it sounds like. It's to celebrate home and its history. Tanabata is different. It's for wishes and lovers. That definitely makes it more important, doesn't it? Yeah. Naturally, it would be.
Is that really what it's for, though?
Hechan, you have no sense of fun.
She puffs out her cheeks in displeasure before blowing the air out like a deflated balloon. Something like that, I don't know.
You have to appreciate things like that. Even if it's just an excuse to eat interesting things and dress up in the end. I'll be disappointed in you if you don't, okay?
Before I can say anything, she turns to the side to inhale a croquette. Inhaled. Kasho for different reasons, though. Yes, Yuji, definitely. Oh, like the prototype for Sakura Angels, Tom? I will always ask Tom, when are... I hope that one day your computer situation and stuff sorts itself out so you can play more Sakura games. Yeah, Kasho guy is up for different reasons. I have to play Volume 3 eventually, don't I? There's a refill on alcohols and stuff for that. Oh, so much drinking. After classes, I meet Shizune behind the school where it seems she's already set everything up sometime yesterday. She greets me with a short wave, and then with a flourish of the hammer already in her hand, extends her arms toward the stalls behind her, some of them already half completed. Others still haphazard piles of boards bundled together with string. Anime Alcohol Fun needs a reboot. Only when I start playing Nekopara, Volume 3. It depends, King. I bet like there are times where he gets as much sleep as he can, and there are definitely times where he gets little to none. As time passes, I realize the pills can only do so much. Still get way more tired than should be normally. Luckily, Shizune's back is to me, so I can afford to take a lot of breaks without having to worry about her wondering why. When I stop to think about it, though, I start to feel pretty guilty for taking advantage of her inability to hear that my hammer stopped banging. It's a terrible thing to be happy about. Her work ethic is admirable. It's obvious that it bores her and even annoys her, but she doesn't slacken her pace. She gets tired nailing a stall together with one arm, switches to the other. Shizune. I feel like an idiot the second I say her name. Can't tell her what I think. There's a hammer in my hand as well. In the end, I feel like I have to keep up with her. Can't slack off either, especially when it's just the two of us. There's no time to sign, no opportunity, not even a compliment for a job well done. Even something as casual as that would require me to put my hammer down, get her attention, and then sign it to her. A simple gesture turned to something so needlessly complex, like a single footstep taken on a road that's longer than first imagined. Known her long enough to know this, and still forgot it. Oh, replacement laptop. Nice. The air is filled with rhythmic knocking of nails being driven into wood. It's actually kind of nice after a while. Past the monotony of the task at hand, I tried to match my hammer into Shizune's, then alternated to try and form a beat. Of course, she doesn't notice. Makes you wonder, does the lack of sound make this work seem more drawn out and boring to her? Is it strange being unable to hear the results of her actions even as she feels the vibrations to her fingers? Or having no concept of sound, does it bother her at all? Distracted, I don't notice Shizune sneaking up on me until her head pops into view.
Taking a break.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, let's do that. You understand sign language. That makes it more convenient for both of us, even though you hid it from me.
All that will be interesting is what I spend on card games. Come on, Tom. Come on. Show a little more care for that laptop, man. Chocho and... Oh no! The Chochos have gotten him! Bermuda Triangle expensive, man. I mean, you know, whatever. King, that's a very strange thing to wonder. I'm pretty sure someone could tell them. Ha ha ha.
Why?
Why what?
Why did you decide to take sign language?
Her eyes don't break off from mine even for a second. She needs to read my response. Her peripheral vision is good enough. Once she has something in her gaze, she doesn't look away. Strange how piercing her eyes can be. Dark as a lake at night. Yo, Meg Idol is best, Megito. Or as my friend who plays Aquaforce says, blasphemy. Because I wanted to. Seemed like it would come in handy, and it did, didn't it?
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't catch any of that. See? This kind of thing still comes up now and then. I wish Missha were here.
She has work to make up for, doesn't she? That might be partly my fault. Missha doesn't need supplemental lessons. Her grades aren't the best, but she understands how the decisions she makes affect others. That puts her ahead of many people. Especially certain blondes.
Ah, stab. So don't forget things easily.
Your sign language is very good. You're learning oddly fast.
I've been taking lessons for a while now. It's kind of easy to pick up after a while, through immersion or osmosis, that kind of thing. It's not too bad. Play Aquas? Really, my friend like almost exclusively plays Aquaforce if possible. In fact, I think in our next team tournament, if he can make it, he'll probably be playing Aquaforce still. And if I'm really stuck, Missha's there too. Guess I spoke too soon. I didn't understand any of that. Time to backpedal. Well, yeah, it's actually not that easy. It's actually hard as hell. I tried to pick up broken glass. But I guess in some ways it's interesting as well. Like an adventure. Well, no.
Picking up broken glass is not an adventure.
Sure it is. It's just as challenging. They're speaking card games. Don't worry about it, Uni.
If you use a dustpan and a broom, it's not. I feel frustrated and sad. I look up, I notice she has a can of soda in her hand. Where do you get that? Forget to sign it, but she understands anyway. Follow my eyes and produce another one from behind her back. Toss it in my direction and catch it with both hands. I brought an extra one for you. She pauses to slide her finger under the tab of her can and pop it open before setting it aside for a moment. If you're going to try and help me so much, I have to look out for you too. It's only natural.
Weiss is made for weebs. Yo, wifey card games, man.
If you're going to learn sign language, that is something entirely different. I'm naturally going to be impressed. What separates the two is obligation. I'm very happy.
She downs her drink in one go, stretches her arms behind her back, and jumps to her feet.
Okay, back to work.
And like that, it's over. She then returns to her work with the same energy as before, the lingering trace of a smile on her face, the only evidence that she has taken a break at all. Still play Log Horizon, Tom? It's okay. I'm still like playing the same deck though in White Shorts because luckily you don't have to worry about that too much in that game. As you do the same, I think that Missha is right in saying everything will work out for the best. Everything so far seems to be going in that direction. Missha swings by as it starts to get darker, looking just as tired as I feel, and Shizune decides to stop for today. As we cover the day's work and go our separate ways, I look at how fluidly they talk to each other, how easily they laugh together as they walk to their dorm. It makes me appreciate Missha's skill at sign language even more. Wonder if I'll ever reach that level, or if I ever will have the time to. I don't know, Misao. We kind of make fun of you all the time in this live stream. You could say that if we're going to be fans of anybody, be fans of Kenji more than Hisawa in this live stream. At times, I feel like. First thing I do this morning is trip once again over Kenji's package as I get out of bed, finding myself diving headfirst into the floor before I'm even fully awake. So look at that, Kenji always doing Haruhi's work, making sure Hisawa suffers first thing in the morning. What? Anyway, I want to smack this thing with the first blunt object I can find. I'm going for a home run, but I don't even have the energy for that this early in the morning. It would likely damage whatever's inside, and that would be mean. Slide into the hallway. It sails along the smooth floor with little difficulty and stops with a soft and almost inaudible bump on colliding with Kenji's door. Immediately, it doesn't lock on bolts in succession like a mounting symphony.
Who is it?
He says as he blindly steps forward in the hallway. Anyway, somehow stepping over the box in a way that would be uncharacteristically impressively graceful if it weren't for the fact I know it was wholly accidental. It's me. Got your mail. You're standing over it.
I know. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, whatever. So what's in it? He cringes, instantly turning very defensive and agitated.
It's nothing.
Come on. Tell me. I'm curious. You know, I almost broke my neck falling over it, and before that I had to carry the stupidly large box around with this blocking my vision, crossing roads with it in front of me. You can at least tell me what's inside in return.
It's secret stuff. I can't tell you, because then it would be very secret and shit. Nothing important.
Well, if it's nothing important, you can tell me.
If it's nothing important, why do you have to know?
Why is that wrong?
Why do you have to know?
Why can't I know?
Why are you answering my questions with questions?
Why won't you answer my question first?
Why won't you answer my last question?
I realize our voices are getting higher with each reply. Down the hall, a door pops open and someone sticks his head out quizzically to see what is going on. Those look like such tools. I bet I'm the only one out of the two of us with enough shame to realize it. Fine, you can take it to your grave. I have to get ready for school anyway.
Damn, no. Why are you so hasty to leave? Stick around a little. You want some coffee? It's been a while. You know, I thought you were dead since you were so slow with the package delivery.
You're lucky I was willing to do package delivery in the first place, smartass.
Whoa, calm down. Man, you are so confrontational. Is it because of the student council thing? I hear you hang out with them now.
You heard it from me when I told you.
Really? Yeah, well, whatever, man. The point is they are terrible. You're the new guy, so of course you wouldn't know. But around here, she's a very divisive figure. Before you came here, she tried to institute a badge policy. It's a long story, so maybe you should sit down. Look around for a chair, but can't find one as we're in a goddamn hallway. I raise a finger and start thinking that maybe I should tell him that. But he's already started talking, not wanting to waste arm movement. I look at my watch instead. It would have been a real reign of terror if it happened. Wait, you're judging her based on something that didn't even happen? Yes. Anyway, her idea was like merit badges, but there would also be demerit badges. What would those do? I don't know. It never happened. It seemed bad though, so when I heard about it, I didn't leave my room for a few weeks. So you heard there would be a massive change and hid in your room, trying to just ride the change out? Nah, I decided to do something about it. I found the student council office after a while, and marched right in with a list of demands and a bunch of people I grabbed in order to make myself look like I had supporters. Wait, so not only did it not happen, but no one even cared? Kenji doesn't hear me, having gotten a good momentum going. Wrapped him in the energy of his own ranting, he starts to completely flip out and flail his arms, appearing to wildly throw gang signs. I walked up to the desk and said to her, "Hey, you fascist woman! What is this badge idea? How out of touch can you be here in your ivory tower, smugly looking down upon us like we're a bunch of idiots? Who do you think you are? Your level of elitism is terrible. You're probably one of those outrageous rich people who have chauffeurs drive them around slums so they can point and laugh." No, Kenji's not. And only drink pricey coffee beans that's being shat out by the last living dinosaur and brewed in a solid gold skull. And how could you? Go open up a history book. Don't you know that the bourgeoisie are always overthrown in a bloody revolution for shit like this? Stupid, you're an idiot. Sure, the revolutionaries usually end up turning everything into an utter clusterfuck later on, but a maniac is the only kind of person who would create a policy like this. It's like something I would create to make people suffer, only real, and you want to institutionalize it. Where will this desecration of our rights end? We are people. This is not justice. That's what I said. Then I added a cry of, "They can take our things, but they'll never take our freedom!" to appeal to the masses like in that movie about the life of William Wallace, where they took his things but not his freedom and then killed him. A.K.A. Braveheart. Good movie, you should watch it, guys. But she just ignored me and didn't even look up from writing in her little paper shit. Maybe I overwhelmed her with my logic so badly that she just retreated into denial. Maybe she is just an asshole. Either way, she didn't reply, and the future refused to change. To top it off, on the way back, I realized I had lost my student ID somewhere. This is the story of my life. A constant and seemingly futile struggle. Like trying to climb up a brick wall with sponges for hands. Man, whenever Kenji shows up, things get uncomfortably political. I don't know. Making Braveheart references at this point, I'm not so sure about that. And no one, you know, this is about badges, I guess. Hey, you said nothing changed, but she didn't make anyone wear a bunch of stupid badges, so it did change. Yeah, that's true. Okay, maybe they're not so bad then. This accounts for something. Forget Kenji to admit that maybe two women may not be so bad after all. I'll take it. Yep, victory, guys. All right, we did it. We did it. We get it. Kenji. Okay, maybe they're not so bad. It's good enough. Good enough. Pass. That's like passing a pass-fail class right there, guys. 10 out of 10. Especially if it allows me to slip out of this conversation. I didn't realize how much time had gone by. I try to run through my usual morning routine as quickly as possible and check my watch again as I leave the dorms and see that I'm already late. Fortunately, the rest of the day goes more smoothly, and after classes are over, I head to meet with Shizune again. Behind the school, I catch her leaning against a completed stand with parts of it still flecked with bits of paper and tape, remnants of signs from the last time it was used. Absentmindedly spinning a nail in her hand, she hasn't noticed me yet. Sal got his epic victory. Yo, that's like getting like 15th place in the Tetris 99, right? Actually, the first time I played, I got third. It was really funny. The temptation to sneak up on her is unbearable. Years of watching foreign wildlife documentaries have prepared me for this. I'm downwind. Conditions are favorable. However, the more I think about it, the more it seems like a bad idea. If
If I get caught halfway, I'll look like an idiot. And if she doesn't know it's me, end up with an injury. Either way, also look a little insensitive, so it'd probably be best not to try anything funny, as disappointing as it is. Walk in front of her, startling her a little. Why so surprised? Did I catch you slacking off?
No, I was taking a break.
Don't look like you even broke a sweat. Some break there, President. His eyes dart back and forth momentarily, and I think I managed to fluster her. There's exasperation on her face, and a little tension as well. She can't back down. That would be unthinkable for her. Fingers dance across each other impatiently. I don't even know how people get targeted in that game. I got 3rd place the first game I played. Like I did like pretty good. The second one I did pretty bad. It was really funny. A bunch of people targeted me, and I think I like quadruple Tetris back. It was a nice comeback, and I knocked out nobody because the last 2, they were insane. They were still going like. It was crazy. I was like, wow, those who look like they know what they're doing.
You're acting competitive today. Are you trying to get my blood boiling? Do you want to make it a contest? Or race to see who can construct the most stalls by sundown?
No, I'm teasing you. That's okay. It's not a real student council if you can't tease a student council president a little. You agree, don't you?
That isn't in the student council charter, so it isn't true.
There is no charter. At least I don't think there is. The only thing they pledge loyalty to are a stack of takeout menus.
Anyway, it's good that you're finally here. Even if you could have been earlier. Pick up a hammer and we'll resume where we left off.
The work assembling stalls again. I slowly realized that it's really much less work than I would have expected. In fact, according to Shizune, we should be done by the end of the day with a little luck. Last time I did something like this for them, it took her, Missha, and myself almost 4 days to do it. Can't be just my imagination. You know, this doesn't seem like that much work.
Because it isn't.
106 bits. Are you gonna overthrow King's bit leadership? Yeah. Jeez. You guys treat me too well, man. I'm dead serious. I feel so loved. Literally by what? Oh, thank you so much, Uni. But oh man, just one more row. No, you guys treat me so well. Like getting $2 like this is so appreciated on my end. The answer leaves me wanting a little more. Knowing that it isn't the best, she puts down her hammer to elaborate.
It'd be impossible for 2 people to do that much work in less than a week. The truth is that I don't dismantle half the stalls. I store them someplace else. Actually, more like I hide them in plain sight.
Will this be war? I don't know. Uni's ahead by another what's that? 108? It's 108. Thank you. $2. Yeah, I've been paid. Yo, spend money on yourselves. Left on this one. Oh man. She waggles a finger mischievously.
But that's a secret, and it's not proper to reveal the tricks of the trade.
You're not a magician. Winking, she takes out 2 plastic containers from her bag and puts them down on a nearby board before raising her hand slightly as if to say, "Ta-da!" How many bits do you have, Uni?
I made lunch today for both of us. You can have this one. The food's shifted in my bag, and now some of it is mixed together.
She hands me one of the containers. I open it. Looks delicious. I have a little simple. She hands me a pair of chopsticks. She had just remembered to, and I eat what looks like some grilled beef. Holy. When you get paid, I get half after food. Jeez, yo, Tom, if you get paid, just buy yourself just buy yourself a subscription so we can all use the hype emote together. So 500 at leaderboard secured. See, Tom's thinking ahead for the future. Oh my god, that's 1,000. Oh, so beautiful. Oh, thank you. I think that's pretty much secured at that point. Oh man. That's like $10, yeah, man. That's good stuff. She hands me one of the containers open. It looks delicious, if a bit simple. She has me a pair of chopsticks as she just remembered to, and I eat what looks like some grilled beef. King's like, I come back to this. Yeah, that's the. Oh my god! I'm trying to get through the game. Oh, thank you, Sweetie. You don't have to give me all your bits. I mean, unless you're not doing anything with them, I guess. Oh, I really appreciate it. Twitch will owe me a paycheck at this rate. It'll be great. It's very tasty. You don't like your food touching other foods? I do not. And there's the rest. The 535. Thank you. Oh man. Thank you so much, Uni. Thank you. You're very picky. Sometimes I mix my food on my own, but not always, and not everything. I don't like it when it's done for me. What is important is the choice. I think you do win on that one. What's the best way to send me money? Whichever way you want. Like, realistically, I just say, you know, I think this is what it comes down to. I appreciate it, man. Like, do it however you like. I think from the end user end, the user and me will lose the least if you do it through like my donate button. Yeah, if you do it through my donate button on my thing. Streamlines like takes like their small thing. I heard bits are expensive, like the exchange rate. I wouldn't be too sure. I only bought bits like twice. The last one, the subscriber one, is like the least efficient because I get like, I think like half of it. But at the same time, the subscribers one gets you the emote. So yeah, like I buy bits every once in a while, and especially with like crowd control being a thing that exists or that will exist for more and more games and or things like bits to trade in for coins on a person's channel, to use it to like buy things, like to screw them, I mean help them as they're playing games, is a very interesting prospect. So anyway, she points decisively to emphasize it, then breaks her chopstick apart to eat her own meal. As I continue to eat, I notice two things. The first is that almost everything I'm eating besides the rice is fried. Even the vegetables are fried. And there's so much meat. Does she eat this kind of stuff all the time? Wonder how she managed to stay so thin in spite of it. You are number one. You are number one. The second thing I notice is that I can't talk to her while eating. Talking with your mouth full is a little rude anyway. With our hands holding our chopsticks and bowls, communication between us is impossible, just like yesterday. Even though we're spending time together, even though I took the time to learn sign language, it feels like I'm talking to her less. Despite that, it also feels like I'm understanding her more. What happens if someone gets 3k bits? They would be in first place. I remember last time Uni dropped like Uni dropped 3,000 bits. I was like, what? I think I had a heart attack. I like died. I went to the gates of hell. Satan's like, yo, bro, we're not accepting you yet. I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. I came back and continued my live stream. Wait, what? Oh, someone else does it? I don't know. You would have to ask Uni what they do. I hear the sound of something tapping against one of the stands and looks up to see Lily standing off to my side, feeling her way around with her cane. Hi. I only catch myself before I can say, didn't see you there.
Oh, Isao, is that you? I thought they smelled something delicious cooking, and wondered who it might be.
You won't do it as it'll start a war. I can see that. I can see Uni being very competitive, because last time Uni took the war by donating the 3,000 bits at once. No, nothing bad happens. I just like I said, I grow increasingly more humbled and thankful. Food or war? Yo, Food Wars? I have to watch that still.
What is she saying?
It's hard to move my hands in parallel to say something completely different to Lily. This has to be why Missha just signs everything all the time. A bit sillier, but it seems like it would simplify things a lot. Uh-oh! Yuni's already ready to go on a rampage. She tense her fingers delightedly at my translation, as if from hearing a joke.
All of this food was cooked hours ago, but for someone as slow as yourself, can't even turn in a piece of paper without being a week late. I guess your perception of time would have to be a little different.
Something happened, and now I have quite a few. King's like, I'm not going to be in this war. Food Wars made you hungry and made you gain weight? I like how you like try to intimidate people into donating. Like, want to fight? Oh, that's great. That's not very nice. Just one. Tom, save your money. You have expenses you must go through first. King's like, I'm out of bits. Next week, and the free ones are back. But no, seriously, King, thank you too for always donating the free bits and stuff you get. You need to restrain yourself. Spend it on yourself. Spend it on yourself. Frown crosses Lily's face in response to her reply to something she didn't hear. Sorry, just having a late lunch here. Student council president cooked everything.
Is the student council president here right now?
She's right here.
I apologize. I didn't notice. Normally her level of presence is much higher. I was not aware that the student council serves lunch outdoors. Why wasn't I invited? I think that it is good to have enough free time to be able to do things like this, however. What is she saying? If I were to invite you anywhere, you would just show up late.
She said the words are outside of Lily's perception. In fact, that is by the second increasingly maddening to her.
Translate for me completely, please.
Fight me. With polite phrasing. The shame she's essentially asked me to let her fully release the dogs of war. Still, I can't just do nothing. The feeling of being unable to even respond and be understood is so isolating. She would never forget me. I'll try to soften her words a little. Well, actually, this was all cooked a while ago.
Really? That's nice. Tone over here. It's very disrespectful to not look at the person you're speaking to. That isn't the way a prim and proper lady should conduct herself.
Half of what I'm saying is really what Shizune is saying. It's not like when people don't look in her direction when she's trying to make a point. She's to the right of my voice. Although in this case I can understand why Lily wouldn't. So it's a very awkward situation, and it's daunting being the sole conduit for a dialogue between the two of them. Truthfully, I had forgotten what happened the last time they butted heads like this. It's clear Shizune remembers, and Lily's being pretty hostile herself in her own way.
I'm sorry. Such formalities slipped my mind completely. I forgot that the student council president is the type of person who demands such respect and adherence to the rules at all times. I suppose student government requires you to keep a tight ship. Then again, she certainly has time for her own fun as well, so that must not be completely true. Student council is not a dictatorship, nor a zero-sum game.
So it points at Lily with her finger out like the barrel of a gun and snaps her fingers explosively, causing her to flinch and become visibly upset.
Is that so? Then that makes it more impressive that you have been a part of it for so long, playing as though as it were one. I admire the fact that you are so tenacious. To manage it all, you must be so responsible as well. Not as much as I would like to be. You can't complain about yourself though, can you?
You're the level 35 boss. How does one increase said level? Live outside the memes. Become bigger than the memes.
You're very responsible, acting like requesting a deadline to be extended and then running all the way through to the next deadline. That's a very model of responsibility.
Tom's just like, screw it. We're going on this. Yo, there's only 3 of us here. Well, 4 if you include me, the broadcaster. I think it's just you 3 right now. I don't know. At the rate this going, like, this is slowly going to become more of a cult than anything else. That eventually people will slowly join. Oh, man. Oh, you need to save it. I'd say save it for someone you enjoy watching, but, you know. At the same time, like, if you give me money, I'm always happy, because I am a person who likes money. Because money helps pay for things like bills, helps me donate to, like, charities and stuff. Victory Royale. She's happy to hear that, but apparently you're pretty responsible yourself, she says.
Does she really?
More or less. Man. I feel so important. I feel so loved. You know, Valentine's Day ain't so bad today, you know? Ain't so bad. Holy crap, like the names start changing color? It's like blue now. Lily doesn't seem very happy. We're not holding a cookout, we're just taking a little lunch break. We're actually here building stalls for the festival. I like how Shizune and Lily are trying to have an argument, but he sounds very bad at facilitating it. Yo, 259. What? Wait, 259? That 59 threw me off. I was like, 59? Thank you, Uni. Thank you. Jeez, that's like $60 you just gave me tonight. What? Oh my goodness. Twitch is gonna be like, yo, what's this guy doing, right? I'm like, I just have one awesome mod. Just gives me money. Just sit here.
You wouldn't know since you never go outside. Did you run out of tea?
Are you going to town? Shopping?
No. As I said before, I was just passing by in case you did not hear. I would hate to interrupt the student council president. You're not doing anything now. We must both be very busy.
Mario Maker 2 is paid for? Oh, hell yeah. Dude, I had money set aside for Mario Maker 2 already. You have one mod with no restraint and a well-paying job. Anime owns a cult. Help us. I don't know what kind of cult this is. I don't know. The cult, the Wahaha cult. I don't know. Then King will never come back. If it was a Missha cult. You know what? We should be the cult of the cult of Grisaya.
In any case, Isao, I'm sure that the student council president will be able to find or make work for the both of you if she needs to.
Oh, what kind of expression does she have on? I'll devour you. Yep, very busy. Yup. Devour is a hard word. Please that I can read it. This isn't time to celebrate though, not over that. Instead, it looks like they might stop squabbling. I'll drink to that. Yo, I dig that pun. It's a plushie cult where we try to make him sentient. Wait, that's what I should do. Make it a plushie cult.
Have a nice day, Isao. Goodbye, student council president.
Thanks, you too. Stay classy. As soon as Lily leaves, she then dives into the reins for lunch as quickly as possible. So if each bite she shovels away is a means to forgetting any of this ever happened. When she is done, she heads right back to hammering with the same mindset. It's good that she's working off her frustration, but now it doesn't look like she is in any mood to talk anymore. About 2 hours later, she stops having mowed through the rest of the stalls, non-stop in that time. Dude, my Patreon with 0 Patreons. It's the best. Best. I've even stopped posting there. I've been super busy doing other things. Still feels hard to approach her, and I think about how easily a conversation can die. After it took so long to be able to get her alone and speak to her directly, it almost hurts.
Your translation was good.
Really?
First class.
She punctuates it with a thumbs up.
For your level.
Is my wait? No. To be fair, I think I took all the tiers away. I took all the tiers away already for the Patreon because like I'm really not using it or utilizing it well. And realistically, supporting me here on Twitch, I think, will be the easiest way for now. Until I get something going again. Plus, I have a full-time job, so it's tough because I do this a lot of time, and I have a full-time job on top of that. Yeah. You need a single-handedly supporting my Twitch career right now. So thank you.
There aren't many deaf people in the school, and sign language classes have been on the edge of getting cut for a while now. I'm sure you don't have many classmates, am I right? If you're only learning sign language now, your speed is going to be limited. That's why interest in it wanes, because it takes more effort than normal just to communicate. I imagine it's the same with all languages.
Well, someone donates to me 1K on here, I think I'd freaking explode. I have no idea, like, what I do. Like, I have no idea. Like, I have no idea, like, what would happen. Like, what would, like, I'll be sitting there and Twitch like, you got a $1,000 donation, bro? Good job. Like, Twitch actually wouldn't, like, because people do that. It's true. But like, I don't know. Like, it's, like, because ultimately, like, donations are just. Yeah, it's kind of like, you don't have to donate if you don't want to. It's not like a. Yeah, like I have no tiers left because, like I said, Tom, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my Patreon in the future, and I've been busy. I mean, like I'm gonna still stream, like let's put it that way. Like even if I got a $1,000 donation, I'm gonna still stream the same as I've been, Seriously, $1,000 is a lot of money. Like, I would save that for like sometime in the future, like some other time, you know. Oh yeah, seriously. You also have things you need to pay for uni. Like buy yourself a Nintendo Switch if you have $1,000 to blow. Like, don't spend on me. Get yourself something nice. Shouldn't I be giving you a gift for your birthday, uni? Alright.
In such situations, conversations in sign language are less than they would inherently be to start with.
I don't understand that word. Less what?
Spontaneous. Missha is the only person who can really capture it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Her expression changes for a second, changes back too quickly to digest. I get the feeling that this isn't meant to be pursued. What I really want to know about is why do you and Lily fight so much? Tensing a little and visibly frowning, Shizune tens her fingers and overlays them repeatedly, just shuffling an invisible deck of cards. This makes it quite nettled. Tom, if you have 1K, I would say to save it for the future. You know what I mean.
Two fights that you know of aren't worth calling so much. If you had been here last year, you could say that.
I heard it was a rough year. Something about how you tried to institute a badge policy. See, as a filthy American, I go, dang! That looks like a lot of money. Haha, surprise? Well, I want to hear more about it more about that later, definitely, but you don't like Lily very much, do you? Don't dodge my question.
I'm not dodging anything. She was part of the student council until last year. We didn't get along very well. She wanted to keep doing things like the old student council did. The old student council was just so ineffectual. It was stupid and insulting. I wanted to do more, and we had a fight.
Okay, don't do what Tom said. Don't find a gacha game.
A lot of fights. She couldn't do anything on time. Then, she said that what I wanted to do was meaningless, just extra busy work. Does this look like meaningless busy work to you?
She gestures around us.
What's really meaningless is a student council that doesn't do anything, weak, lazy, and boring. Especially boring.
My stream's a gacha game? What have I done? What have I done? No! Guys, it's free to play, I'm honest.
I couldn't get exactly over sitting in a room with nothing to do. That's just a waste of time. Why would I even be there? I didn't get my blood flowing. Arguing with her does that.
Oh! Did she just like low-key admit that she argued with Lily because she wanted to just something to pass the time?
If she could have been that motivated before, she wouldn't have to put up so much dedication into being my enemy. But if she shows that much spirit, it's not a complete loss. At least it's something. It's still exciting.
I see. What about the badge thing? She laughs, covering her mouth with her hand as if to hide it. Her laughter is the only thing she regularly tries to hide. Hey. While I will not say one way or another if I'm going to be purchasing every skin in Azur Lane again, that's the money I make from my full-time job, okay? So like, you just donate enough eventually until like I can afford to be here more, or how does it work?
That was just a joke. Having a little fun sometimes is important too.
Oh snap! I figured since she didn't actually instigate it, because if she instituted the badges, like if she wanted to, she would have actually done it. It's true. So learning more about Shizune every day, man. I never disappeared for a month during to play Fate Go. Or you're talking about Tom? Tom might have. The more money you give, the more anime we get. Is that how it is? Yo, I should. You know what? If I had more viewers, I would totally make a tiered 24-hour incentive, where like if I got a certain amount of donations, I would go for more tonight. Because you know what's really funny? It's actually really expensive to do a 24-hour live stream because I have to like prepare for like food in advance and like prepare like prepare food. You know, obviously I have to stay awake, beverages, and it can be costly. Like I think like the Kingdom Hearts one, I went through like a pound of deli meats, a loaf of bread. Actually that was like the cheapest of foods. Like, you know, like beverages I think cost me like $15 only. Like $15 worth of like juices and waters. So it only cost me like $25-30 for overnight live stream, which was a lot cheaper than I thought it'd be. Oh, I guess replacing my controller sooner rather than later, that cost me like $70. Damn you PS4 controllers. I don't think Tom's ever disappeared just for Fate Go. Yeah. Anyway, the next day I end up having to hunt around a bit at the start of lunch when I find that my usual vending machine near the dormitory buildings is sold out of my usual favorite canned coffee. The detour takes longer than I expected. Things have been so hectic lately that it takes some time for me to register why something smells different as I walk through the school gardens back to the cafeteria. The grass has been freshly mowed. The realization that makes me pause and watch for a bit. The odd groups of students chatting or playing around on the grass and a couple of teachers conversing on the path ahead make for a very, very idyllic scene. You guys spend whole days on just Fate Go? Trust me, I spend plenty of time on like my gacha games myself. I spend a lot of time on like Azur Lane and Fate Go when I feel like it. And I do turn on Bang Dream and even Honkai Impact 3rd every once in a while when I feel like it too. Unfortunately, a feeling of imminent dread starts creeping up on me after a while, feeling that I'm not alone. It's our favorite conspiracy. Hey, Sal, is that you? Yeah, it's me. Guess I should be happy it's him and not say it's Slasher. Kenji begins talking as if he's having a conversation with someone other than me.
Knew it. That haircut is unmistakable. No normal person would have a haircut like that.
Unconsciously, I start touching the back of my head. Once I realize what I'm doing, I feel insulted, yet too surprised to even get indignant about it. Yeah, what are you doing here?
Measuring the temperature. Winter will come soon. It will be too cold for women to go out and have their Sex in the City-style power lunches, followed by obstructive human wave formation walks in crowded urban areas. When this happens, man will be able to walk the streets unfettered once again and reclaim what is his heritage.
It's too late for this? Dude, we're only an hour and a half in, man. Not late at all.
In order to prepare for that day, I've been eating nothing but pizzas for the past week to store energy.
Okay. That's what bears do.
So, there is much we can learn from the bear.
Kenji nods, emphatically agreeing with himself.
Okay, so check this shit out. I was in town today buying milk. They had a new clerk, some hipster girl with a baseball cap with 2 hockey sticks on it. I'll call her hipster hockey baseball hat girl. I noticed the milk didn't have a price tag, so I told her to get over there and label that milk for future generations.
He was in town today? Must have cut his morning classes. I want to scold him, but his verbal torrent prevents me from getting a word in. I know it's 1:30 for you, Tom.
She told me not to bother her because she was sick. Sick? Sick? We live in society here. Can't just opt out of human interaction because you're sick. Do you know how much effort it takes me to even get up in the morning? I still do, though, and I got up that morning to go down there and buy milk, not to have my vital questions just brushed aside by some hipster doofus college kid who wears a hockey baseball cap to work indoors. Anyway, I was just trying to uphold the integrity of our products. Milk carton without a price tag? When you see something like that, it just leads to questions, important questions. It's our job to answer them, damn it. That's the problem with women. They have no sense of duty. I get diarrhea a lot, but you don't see me complaining about it. I soldier on and do what I have to do anyway, because that's what being a man is all about. Even if you have diarrhea, you keep going for the dream of a better tomorrow. For a dream of a better diarrhea tomorrow. Wait, what? You know, frequent diarrhea is bad. Maybe you should stop drinking so much milk. I can't do that. It's what allows me to maintain my awesome strength. And in this world, a man's strength is the only thing that can't be browbeaten out of him by an increasingly pussy-whipped society. That's why I walk around leaving open jars of olives everywhere. Sometimes just to show that I can. Do you refrigerate after opening? What? Man, I don't know. That's not important. You have to refrigerate after opening. Even elementary school kids know that. They can't get the jar open in the first place, so it doesn't matter. You don't like this man? Well, Kenji's weird. You know, he's meant to be, though. That's true. I'm a genius. He self-assuredly rubs his chin, which is something I imagine a scientist did, until I met Muto and was tremendously let down. Wow! Yo, throwing some shade at Muto, man. He is meant to be a weirdo of the extremist variety, too. It's true. Anyway, I can't go to that store again, since it's clearly being compromised by bitches. Unless I disguise myself. Maybe change to a different pair of glasses. Worst disguise ever. It's been working flawlessly all these years. I don't even need glasses to see. They're for effect, also to protect my identity. I'm like Superman. Worst disguise ever. I'm telling you, when people see my school ID, they can't even recognize me. Really? Let me see. Can't do that. Can't go around showing my ID to everyone. It was made long ago, in a different time. I had hippie hair. Well, I'm trying to imagine that Kenji takes his glasses off. He squints as soon as they're off his face. Wait, why are they playing this music all of a sudden? Like, this, charming music. He squints as soon as they're off his face, which makes him look even more tired than he already does. He was right. He does look very different. Kind of like he hasn't slept in years. Not different enough for it to be a good disguise, though. You need more sleep. Nah. You look like you need it. No way. These are just the eyes of a man who has seen things. A shaman's eyes. Terrible things that you can't imagine. Like when I make a ship in a bottle and my mom sat on it. There was blood and shreds of floral print everywhere. That's what life experience is. Kenji doesn't seem very horrified. Even though I think this is actually the first thing he told me about himself that could have been legitimately traumatic. He's also talking about 30 degrees to my left. So I guess his blindness is real. Wave a hand in front of him anyway to little effect. Man, I hope you realize I'm just joking. I laugh, pretending that I did. Somehow, looking him in the eyes is more difficult than usual. Want some trivia? People with small eyes wear big glasses. I read that somewhere. It's because it makes your eyes look less beady. Really? I didn't know that. Oh, that record scratch after he puts his glasses on. Oh, that was beautiful. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 gameplay right here. Oh, my God. He puts his glasses back on. I feel oddly relieved for a moment. I remember that I still have to deal with him, glasses or not. Well, anyway, this artist girl wanted to paint my portrait once, I think. I had to talk to her like 5 times before she started making sense. Must have been Rin, I suppose. Rin's like, I can tell. You're an interesting one. What you look like? I don't know. A woman with sandals. I was hoping he'd say something more specific, like, she had no arms.
Rin does wear sandals, but I feel like the chance of there being another free-spirited female art student wearing sandals beside her is reasonably high.
I was thinking, sure, someday after I burn all documentation that exists, it might be okay to leave a portrait behind, so that people can look at it and remember the savior of mankind. They'll need it to model the statue.
That's the only good part for Kenji. It's why he's alright.
Then I thought about it some more. I had to turn her down. It was tempting, but she wanted it for some school thing. It would be displayed. People would ask who I was, only I haven't saved society yet, so it would be pointless. And then if someone recognized me, I'd have to explain myself. That's already a chain of events I don't want to deal with. I don't want to get mixed up in some weird situation. Shit like that always happens. Sticking out is a surefire way to get put on a list. That's why I make such a careful effort to blend in with people in my daily life, until I can make my move.
Sure. Yes. Kenji blends in very well with day-to-day life, right guys? Yup.
What list? There are many lists. So what are you doing here anyway?
Nothing. Kinda got here by accident.
Happens to me all the time. Well, hope that works out for you. I think I'm going to go back to my dorm room. I need to set my TV to record my shows.
You have a TV?
Yes, you should come over sometime. We can watch the game in high definition.
When I could ask him what he's talking about, he's gone. He left like he came, with zero respect towards other people. Kind of amazing. Now that Kenji is gone, I resume looking aimlessly at the school gardens in their summer splendor. It's no use. He ruined them for me. I get back to the cafeteria, exhausted but alive. I think of eating lunch with Shizune again, but find her sitting at a table with Missha already. But if it was anyone else, I would think how they were too far away for me to hear them. This Shizune and Missha, however. Wanted, I could eavesdrop on their conversation easily. What a dirty thing to think about, but it's there. I don't want to, though. I must have a lot of catching up to do, even if it's only been a few days. I'm inclined to just leave them alone so they can do just that. However, the second they see me, they wave me over. After Kenji ruined my voice. God damn it, Kenji. Anime's voice has changed.
Hi, Hechan.
Hearing her voice again, even after such a short time apart, is jarring, and I wince. Oh, man. Yo, from Kenji to Missha, Sal, got no luck. These past few days, I had forgotten that communication with Shizune is almost entirely silent. And concentrating on getting it right, I had tuned out even ambient noise. Well, I'll get used to it again. Glad she is back.
I'm done making up all my work just in time. I won't have to miss the festival. Wahaha! If they really tried to enforce that, I would put you out on a student I would pull you out on student council business. If they really tried to enforce that, you would pull me out on student council business?
That's abuse of power.
No, it isn't, Hechan. Hechan says that if there were only 2 student council members overseeing the festival, it would be a problem, wouldn't it? Yeah, definitely. It has to be at least 3. It's for the good of everyone. It's perfectly reasonable. It's necessary.
Zane leans across the table a bit as Missha delivers her slightly disturbing, militaristic justifications in a childish, bubbly, up and down tone voice. She still looks so happy though, tenting her fingers and trying to hold back a laugh as Missha pouts more seriously on her behalf. And the hype is here. If you say so. I'm actually happy right now. We can talk so easily to each other, all 3 of us. In the beginning, I thought that I might have found myself in a bad situation. I was sure that Shizune would hate getting saddled with being tour guide for the new guy. I didn't want to be that kind of burden either. It'd be awkward even if she weren't deaf and mute too. Just now she said that we would all have to be at the festival, the whole student council. I don't think that the student council has any real jurisdiction over Tanabata. It's only Shizune's way of saying that she wants us to spend it together. It's nice to have friends. Yay! It's good to have friends, guys. Yay, my friends. You guys are my friends, right? Maybe? Let me know with a comment. It's a simple thought, but one that makes me genuinely happy. We can slip into being such with so much ease, despite the roundabout way in which she said it. Glad that Shizune thinks it's strongly enough to express it at all.
Why did you wait until we waved you over to come sit with us? Question out of nowhere. Shizune's eyes are expectant as Missha repeats her message. I feel like teasing her. Want me to sit with you that badly? We're in the student council. You should sit together as much as possible. It's logic. Yeah! Anyone would jump at the chance to sit with two cute girls anyway. She pauses in case I might say something like, "You're not that cute." I instantly lock myself into an obvious no-win situation. If I don't take the bait, she then becomes more energetic and continues. Yeah, friends. You're abnormal. Yes, Hisao is abnormal. I mean, he socializes with Kenji on a regular basis. You're too quick to call other people abnormal. So arrogant. You're too quick to call other people arrogant. That makes you arrogant, and arrogance is also abnormal. You're double abnormal. It doesn't work that way. It's a sliding scale. Ha ha ha! Leaning on her arm, Missha closes her eyes and lets out a low, slow laugh like a chuckle. Don't laugh. Don't laugh in this kind of situation. I notice that Missha signs everything I say to Shizune anyway, even though I'm signing myself. This is redundant, but it's an unconscious action for Missha. On the other hand, I can't stop. I let myself take it easy and sign less just because Missha is back. Then what was all this for? I don't want to risk losing familiarity with how to sign either. Hands are pretty slow to speak on my behalf as it is. Hechan, you and Shitan talk to each other much more now. Back and forth, it's really funny too. Like an old married couple, right? Right? The loaded comment in so many ways. Well, because it's Missha, it can't have been on purpose. That's not a compliment. She doesn't react to Missha trying to pair the two of us up. Maybe she didn't see it. Sometimes it does happen, I've noticed. So I wonder if it's really that simple, why I care so much. But I don't want to think about it too hard. I want to leave, but I keep thinking that I'm hogging Misha's time with Shizune. I want to leave. I keep thinking that I'm hogging Misha's time with Shizune. It could be that Missha cut in just now on purpose, feeling that way too. I doubt that either of them will let me leave though. In some ways, they're too nice. Anyway, Shizune, if you really want to know, I don't want to sit here because I didn't want to intrude. I thought that because of Missha being away for supplementary lessons or whatever, she would have a lot to talk about. I should just leave you alone to catch up. That's why I thought I would just hang back. Don't worry, Missha. I'm not trying to monopolize Shizune. Wahaha! Hechan, it's not like that. You're so considerate, Hechan. Hechan says sorry and apologizes. I don't really think it's worth apologizing over, so don't worry about it. Hey, don't you both think that since Missha is back, we should go celebrate somehow? I think so. Hechan, usually having to make up work isn't something to celebrate over. No, it's a good idea. Timing is perfect, and she said that the student council should have a little fun too sometimes. You probably heard that too, right, Missha? Should be fine. Actually, wait a second. Did you have to make up work because you were missing so many classes to begin with? So skipping out to celebrate would be kind of stupid. Maybe the timing isn't perfect, like I said. We could go after school. Where should we go? If it's not to Shanghai, guys, I have no idea where we're gonna go. I have no idea where we're gonna go if it's not to Shanghai. Like, it's gonna be to Shanghai. Yuko's be the only one working there again, because that's what always happens. Missha speaks Shizune's question to her aloud before she even stops to think it over, both of them completely ignoring me. Hey, listen to me, two-man short-sighted student council team. Wahaha! Hechan, you're a part of this team too. Oh yeah, I guess I am. Yeah, you are, Hechan. So forgetful and troublesome. I feel sorry for the girl who falls in love with you. So, where do you think we should go? Laughing in spite of myself, wanting to point out how Missha seems so enthusiastic now, when she was the one who was the most apprehensive about it just a few seconds ago. For whatever reason, I can't bring myself to do it, but this is okay too. After a short discussion on where to go, seems like the only place all three of us know and are willing to travel to is the Shanghai. Like every single time! Oh my goodness! I knew it. Tea house doesn't sound like a bad place to celebrate. Ooh. That iced tea was revitalizing for the throat. Woo! Good stuff. Thank you, Arizona.
Tea House doesn't look like a bad place to celebrate, especially because I'm sure they sell cake there. Cake is the most celebratory food. Disagree! Disagree! Actually, you know what? I like cake. Never mind. I think there is a more celebratory food, but cake is a pretty good one. Never mind. Anyway, I haven't seen Yuko in a while either, and neither have the girls. For all these reasons, plus the fact that it's so close, I end up standing in front of the little tea shop with Shizune and Missha before I know it. Welcome. It's been a while since I heard Yuko's voice, so I'm surprised all over again by the energy she puts into her greetings. Kind of like an extremely nervous Missha.
Hi! But you don't have to do all that time if...
Don't have to do that. Oh.
You don't have to do that all the time if it's just us.
You haven't had cake in years? Uni. It's pretty good. Actually, I think I get a cake around my birthday usually.
Yes, I do. But... Okay. If you say so, Yuko. Ha 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 ha!
Take this moment to glance around the tea house and notice that it is as empty as ever. It's lunchtime, essentially the peak hour for an establishment of this type, and yet it's as barren as ever. I don't understand. There has to be a reason for this. 5 years. Whoa! That's a while. Cake for uni. Cake for uni. She then gently taps my arm to get my attention.
What do you want to get?
Yuko looks a little agitated after Missha automatically relays the question.
No. I'm supposed to ask that. Is there anything that I can do for you?
Just some coffee for now, I guess. Thanks. The dedication Yuko has towards her waitressing duties is sort of admirable, so is the speed at which she whisks slices of cake and our drinks to our table when we order. So, if you have the time, go to a cafe like Isao and crew are doing right now. Get a small slice of cake. Some coffee or tea or whatever you drink. Treat yourself. Then again, we're the only customers here. Who knows what it would be like with a full house? Shizune and Missha immediately dig into their cakes with gusto, probably because they can't talk with utensils in their hands. The whole point of sharing a meal with friends like this is being able to talk over it. For all, it makes sense that it would be the same with them. Barely halfway through my cake when I hear their forks clinking as they set them down on their empty plates. It's not healthy to inhale your food.
Ha ha ha! Hechan sounds like an old man.
I cringe and instantly feel like I've been punched.
Are you going to wear a yukata tomorrow, Hechan?
No, I don't even have one. Well, even if I did, I'm not the kind of guy who does stuff like that. What about you? Are you two going to dress up?
Of course.
What do you mean, of course? You didn't dress up last time.
One time is not a trend. It's a completely different situation anyway. It's time for not being Tanabata. The festival is on school grounds. Students should wear their uniform on school grounds.
Clearly a joke, but her delivery isn't any different from usual. That isn't normal, but her sense of humor never was, and I'm used to it. Guess her way of saying outrageous things seriously is a little bit better than if she were to say serious things outrageously. What's more troubling in any case is I've started to associate a voice with her signing, and it's clashing with how Missha says out loud everything she signs anyway. I feel disoriented.
I'll dress up this time. I'll dress up this time! You'll see, Hechan! Not just Hechan, but me too. Maybe I'll change my hairstyle too.
Don't do that. I can't really imagine you looking differently. So wags her finger and smiles.
Such a quick and firm disapproval.
But if I were to change my hairstyle, maybe you should grow your hair out and make it look like drills. She looks unamused. Luckily, I see Yuko making her way over, likely to clear our plates or ask if we need anything from her. Yuko, are you doing anything for Tanabata?
Huh?
It's like she was practicing how to most smoothly ask if I needed a refill of coffee while walking over. She has no idea what to do. I'm going to ask the question first. I feel bad.
Yes, I'm working. Yuko, they make you work on holidays. Aww. We have the most business on holidays, and sometimes tourists. I don't mind. I have to do my best. I understand completely. So admirable.
Shizune nods her head in solidarity, feeling a kind of kinship with Yuko through their shared determination to be the best. Although for her it's a matter of pride, whereas Yuko might just feel that she really, really needs this job and maybe a raise. The most business, huh? So how many people on average during a holiday?
Well...
Yuko walks away and starts cleaning a cup of swizzle sticks. That isn't polite. This is not what a proper waitress would do. Nevertheless, I sort of got my answer anyway. Clearly, business is scarce at best. Meth is playing RPG Maker VX Ace. Thanks, Steam. I start to wonder again how the Shanghai remains open at all. Maybe this eclectic style of tea house is a trend that was outrageously successful before it got here, but isn't anymore, and they're just keeping it like this while they retool. Maybe the owner is rich and is involved in some sort of bet with someone else, or crazy scheme to see who can lose the most money. Maybe just conveniently miss mobs of customers by seconds each visit. Or maybe this place is just a front for arms dealers. Yup, the Shanghai. Front for arms dealers, clearly. Wait, you've been employing too much Yakuza. Isao, stop it. Since there's no one else here, why don't you sit down with us? Can talk about economic infeasibility, but Yuko doesn't take the bait, shaking her head from side to side emphatically.
I've never really celebrated Tanabata before, or dressed up for anything like this. I'll finally be able to wear my yukata! Yay, yay!
What do you mean never? What about last year?
Last year, Shichan, me, and the 3-2 class rep ran a stall for the festival. It was a soba stall, I think. Yeah, it was, yup.
The blind class rep with 3-2 must be Lily. Surprised they were able to work together on anything. Missha would likely be the best possible buffer for that kind of thing, with how innocent she is.
Shichan cooked and Lily took orders, and I translated for them. Shichan kept saying, "It's so inefficient, Missha. Why do you have to be the middleman? As in, why is there a middleman in the first place, huh? It would be fine if I did the cooking and you took orders. It doesn't make sense at all." But I think everyone had fun in the end, right, Shichan?
Oh, she doesn't want to admit it. She adjusts her glasses grudgingly, causing Missha to break into laughter.
It was the old student council's idea. That's why.
So what was the last student council like then? She finally decides to step in again, or it's more like she can't stop herself. Terrible. That was blunt. She ends up with a chopping motion as if passing judgment on them. Hope she's going to elaborate a little.
At universities and some private schools, student councils can have control over millions of yen to budget and distribute as needed. Wow, really? Millions? All right. And they are much more involved in school activities too, Hechan.
From Misha's tone, it seems like this is newer to her than it is to me.
This school student council was like a joke in comparison. Don't give people positions of power if they don't have any power at all. What's the point? So, I wanted us to have more and more work. It was hard to convince the school and the other student council members to allow it. Actually, a lot of the work you've seen us do really is work that I took on, which is what Lily was talking about. If it wasn't for Shichan, the student council would just file attendance reports day in and day out. Ha ha ha! Would you prefer that, Hechan? Of course, Hechan. As soon as the workload started going up, most of the student council stopped coming. Wah ha ha ha!
Shizune's fingers fold over each other carefully. Looks like she wants to add something, but she can't bring herself to. Like she said, sign language gives you a little more time to think about what you say. Yet she feels like she can't talk about this.
That was then, and this is now. Let's just have fun tomorrow.
That is what she finally settles for.
Yep. Okay, then student council is adjourned for today. It has to be adjourned excitingly, because today was a good day. Ah ha ha ha!
School seems to be over by the time we leave the tea house, as I can see students coming down from the school as we walk up the road towards it. A couple of people wearing our school uniform look at Shizune as she walks by, and I wonder if they recognize her as a student council president, or if their eyes are just being drawn to Missha's head. Missha's drills are just like going crazy, like stabbing people. Wait, what? It's impossible not to overhear the chatter in the air. Topics more often than not plans for Tanabata. I wonder how many of them will be using or going to the stalls that I reassembled. Makes me feel a little pride, an emotion I've never felt doing something for school. Maybe this is how Shizune feels as well. I almost want to ask. It seems stupid to want to do so. So I just hold on to the thought as the three of us walk onto campus and then separate. Shizune to the student council room and Missha and me to our dorms. It isn't until they've gone that I realize I again didn't ask when and where they want to meet up tomorrow. We all know where they're gonna meet, Hisao. It's gonna be your room in the morning. No items. Fox only, final destination. Wait, what? Even though this is a holiday, I wake up at the same time as usual. On a day when everyone else is likely sleeping in for another 6 hours. Take my morning regimen of pills for the first time in a few days. Admittedly, I let my medication slip my mind. Looking at the rows of bottles in front of me, don't know how I managed to. 17 different medications. I feel full enough to skip breakfast after taking all of them. I'm already up, so I might as well take a walk. The weather looks nice outside, giving off an idyllic atmosphere I'd often dreamed of. It's always been kind of a romantic notion to me to be able to meander around the countryside, taking in the fresh air. Now that an opportunity to do just that is here, I can't resist, even though I know it must be seeing something. Stop at the main building in order to buy a drink, and then decide to enter in and maybe hang around on the roof a little bit. The view might be pretty cool at this time. I'm sure that nobody else will be up there either. I've never been up there myself, or by myself. School is quiet today, deserted. Footsteps echoing the staircase to the roof are unnervingly loud. Shouldn't bother me due to how much time I spent in sign language class in near total silence, working so much with Shizune lately, but it still does. Makes the smallest noises I wouldn't have even noticed before seem boomingly loud. Feels like I'm sneaking around some places I shouldn't be. Wonder why I'm getting that vibe. Maybe the school is haunted or something. Well, you know, I agree with that. Because, like, as a person who did various things in my life, like, you notice those little sounds. And I think one of the hardest things a person can do is, like, to erase their own sound. It's very difficult. There's a lot that you hear that you don't realize you're making when you're on your own. So, like, it's tough, man. And trust me, you hear everything when there's nothing else to hear. Anyway, when I open the door to the roof, I see I'm not alone. Missha leans against the fence, looking over the school grounds, not having noticed me at all. Instantly, I know what I have to do. To put my hands over her eyes and say, guess who? It's the only option. Halfway, I start thinking about how bad this would be if Shizune suddenly popped in, having left just for a second to get some sandwiches, saw me sneaking up on Missha like this. You could never hear nothing? Yes, that is true. There's always some form of noise, because you can't fully deprive your senses. If you have hearing, that is. With that said, there are things that, there are steps you can take to make as little sound as possible from yourself. Yeah, it's true. In total silence, you can hear the blood in your ears. Actually, you could go so far as to even hear your heartbeat too. It's true. I pray silently that such a coincidental misunderstanding doesn't happen. Guess who? Hechan! Says without hesitating for a second, without deviating even slightly from her normal tone. Fun was over before it started. Hi, Hechan! Good morning! She reflexively tries to move her hands to form a greeting and entangles him in the fencing. Good morning. I didn't expect to find you here. What are you doing up so early? I could ask you the same thing, Hechan. What are you doing up so early? I didn't expect to find you here. I asked you first. You're right. Wahaha! Yes. Silence can be quite unnerving, you're right.
You sound just like Hechan.
No, I don't. I say in the least convincing manner possible. Luckily, Missha doesn't notice what a bad actor I am. Are you looking forward to tonight?
Of course, Hechan. I don't like celebrations, or maybe not as much as Hechan does. But Tanabata stands always have interesting things to buy and all kinds of seasonal food. And I get to wear a yukata.
For me, like, it's like the exact opposite. Like, total silence or close to it doesn't bother me. Like, it's actually, like, for me, like, it's fun to kind of, like, slow my blood pressure, like, quiet down this, like, quiet down, like, the vibrations of my body, and, like, just blend in and, like, really get really quiet. It's something I can't do at home, because I have, like, a lot of things going at once. Like, you know, I have, like, dehumidifier, you know, like, I have, like, clock, etc. So, but it's nice, like to get some real peace and quiet every once in a while for me. But that's just me personally, you know. I'm pretty sure not everyone agrees with that for obvious reasons. Her choice of words is a little strange. It sounds like she's saying that she doesn't like celebrations, but likes doing everything involved with them. I don't know if it's worth pursuing, though it could be that I just misunderstood.
What about you, Hechan?
I am, or else I'd just stay home, wouldn't I? That's the logical step.
Ah, Hechan, you're not that logical, so that's really surprising. Okay, though. I was just making sure, because you didn't look like you were having a lot of fun last time. Me and Hechan were a little worried because of that.
The deepest parts of the ocean? You know, there's a lot of creepy things in there. That's why we want to escape from space, right? Hey, I had fun. Guess I ended up appreciating it more than I expected to.
Really, Hechan? What part of it? Tell me!
Well, there were fireworks at the end. They were really nice. I think he slept through them.
I always fall asleep early, but I won't sleep through them this year. I'll definitely stay awake.
I don't think they have fireworks during Tanabata. It's a different mood entirely. Maybe you could get Shizune to petition them to have them, though. To move the fireworks to an earlier time.
Maybe I will. That's a great idea, Hechan.
No, it's not. Don't do that. I wasn't being serious. Although, maybe it would annoy Shizune.
You make it sound like you would like that, Hechan. Hechan, do you like Hechan?
Can't say yes or no. And sitting down like I am, I can't even smoothly leave. Don't be silly. The one I like is you.
Really, Hechan? No, you're kidding, right? You must like Hechan more.
Missha, you jump to conclusions too much.
But you almost called her Hechan, so I'm right?
It's because you call her Hechan all the time. Got stuck in my head. Osmosing language is common, you know? Besides, it's one little slip up, and by your logic, you should like her more than me, and, are you making fun of me or something?
Wahaha! Maybe. I'm hungry. Did you eat breakfast, Hechan?
No, just medicine. She twirls her fingers lazily in the air to keep her hands busy as she thinks.
We should eat something then. Do you think they'll be serving breakfast today?
That's really the kind of thing a member of the student council should know. Can't say that, though. I'm on the student council, I don't know. Didn't seem like anyone was working in the kitchen when I entered the building, but I don't know for sure.
Hey, Hechan, have you ever heard of those vending machines that you could get food from, like burgers, soup, and even pizza? Wouldn't it be great if we had some of those at our school?
I don't know. I always thought those machines were kind of weird.
Imagine how cool it would be if we had a machine like that at our school, Hechan. It would almost be like magic, wouldn't it? Hot food coming out of a vending machine, that's so amazing. I could never imagine that. Seeing one of those machines would be like a dream. We don't have machines like that in this whole town, though. It's too early to even go into town. I won't be able to eat breakfast, Hechan. That's the most important meal of the day. Everyone says so. I want to eat.
Really silly. If it bothers you so much, I'll buy you a soda. Missha puffs out her cheeks and puts on her serious face.
Hechan! A soda is not a breakfast. It's like water.
It's not like water, it's a liquid. Water isn't food, liquid can be food. Now, who sounds like Shizune, Missha? I want to say. Even though her tone reminds me of Shizune's unblinking, matter-of-fact way of stating the ridiculous. But I did say that, though, I would be the one who sounds like Shizune again. It's terrible. Her competitiveness is really rubbing off on me. Let's look for something to eat, then.
Okay.
Predictably, our search for food in an empty school building this early in the morning leads only to failure. That's what happens. Early morning. We wake up. There's no food in the school. Now, if you're talking about old, that's an older song I made a reference to. Right there. Wow, my viewership went down by 1 because of that. Missha decides to go off on her own after we both decide to give up for now, vowing to eat breakfast even though by now it's closer to time for brunch. I go back to my dorm. The following hours tick by slowly, and I pass the time by catching up on my reading. Some of these books I haven't touched since I was in the hospital. Thinking back on it, wasn't that long ago, even though it definitely feels like it was. And everything went dark, what? Free day. I can't think of anything to do. Took a short nap, and as I changed for the second time today, I realized I never actually confirmed with Shizune and Missha when and where we would meet up. I guess eventually they would come looking for me, but I would look pretty stupid if I came to that. It's already evening, so I should at least make an effort to find them first. Even though the grounds aren't exactly flooded with people, and it should be impossible to miss Missha's pink hair even if they were, I have a lot of difficulty finding them. Finally, I run into them at the front gate, which was the first place I had looked. Hello. She attempts to punctuate her normal greeting with a grand little sweep at the end.
Hechan, how are you?
Strange seeing them in Yukata, though. I've been seeing Yukata in general all night. She says this is simple and tasteful, which seems obvious for her in retrospect. For all her grand flourishes and over-the-top behavior, I think she would rather die than dress the part. What draws in my eyes is the hairpin she is wearing, a pearl flower that gleams softly in the moonlight. Looks pretty on her, but in a way it also feels out of place, as if it's too elaborate for a high school girl, or maybe just for someone that's secretly childish as Shizune. Right? I don't know. Missha's yukata is about what I expected, so it actually fits a little too well. Paired with her bubblegum pink hair, she looks cute but anachronistic. You do look nice. Missha, I noticed you have an extra drill.
Thanks, Hechan. Hechan, you're a little late. We were waiting here a while for you. Did you forget the time or the place? Oh well, let's get going, Hechan.
Missha dropping this line of discussion saves me what could have potentially be a pretty embarrassing thing to own up to. Specifically that I had been looking for them for at least an hour. Seeing Shizune and Missha looking so cheerful, it's hard not to want to fall into the atmosphere and enjoy a night out. What bothers me is that I'm having some trouble reading Shizune's signing tonight. I haven't been to sign language class in almost a week, so I'm not surprised. Guess having lost focus for a while and slipping certainly wouldn't be the first time. Hold on, where are we going? Into town? Yes. That doesn't make any sense. We haven't even checked out what's on the grounds, unless you two decide to have fun while I wasn't looking.
We're going to come back. We'll be working our way up. Ha ha ha! Either way, Hechan, we have to walk into town, then back up if you want to see everything. So, this way, after we're done, we'll be right by our dorms when we're tired. It works out perfectly.
That's admittedly logical. She doesn't give me much time to argue anyway, grabbing me by the arm and lightly trying to pull me along. Hey! 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 Festivals! Got the background talkers and everything. Got a nice CG. Seriously, how did Missha get more drills? So it's like drills, she could eventually just all of hers could be drills. The streets illuminated only by the light of the moon and low lanterns tinted with tissue paper put me at ease. Now that we're in town, Shizune moves a bit more slowly in order to see the sights. So I decide to walk more briskly in order to mess with her, but she quickly readjusts her own speed to match, letting out a soundless laugh before quickly signing to Missha with her offhand.
What do you want to do first, Hechan?
How about some games if there are any?
I thought you didn't like games, Hechan.
I don't mind. For a second time today, I feel her slim fingers wrapping around mine. Feels like all this time I've been pulled along by Shizune as well. Occasionally it's quite tiring, but I think that for the most part, I wouldn't say I hate it. It's just the quality of some people drag others into their lives like a storm. That word fits Shizune sometimes, I think. Although I didn't want to tell Missha earlier today, I do like her.
Hechan, you're going to win a doll for me too this time, right?
Still thinking about that? Okay, I will. Time passes by faster than I thought it could. You run around trying to do as many frivolous things as possible.
Snow cones! Hechan, do you want one?
Missha runs towards the stand, not even waiting to hear my answer.
They look delicious. I want one too. We'll play rock, paper, scissors so you can pay for them all.
Or we could each pay for our own.
Hechan, what flavor do you want?
The blue one.
Blue is not a flavor.
I knew that.
Ordering something based on color is childish.
You're childish. What are you getting? Are you getting strawberry? Ha! Such a childish flavor. Only children eat strawberry.
You should get plain. The most mature flavor of all.
Want to know where her personality comes from. Wonder if I would think that way if she hadn't been the first student I ended up having a conversation with on my first day here. It's entirely possible that I had missed the parts of her that kept drawing me in. I didn't know that she couldn't hear me, that she was so competitive and so focused on getting me to join the student council. And so alternatingly playful and sharp. Without these constant new facets keep my interest in her, would I have grown to like her so much? It's likely that I'm overthinking it. Aren't you going to make a wish?
Hechan never makes wishes, Hechan.
Oh really? Not even on New Year's? Why is that? She tense her fingers and smiles, but won't answer.
It's a secret. I know! Hechan, do you want me to tell you?
Yes. Yes. She alternates between as many forceful iterations of no she can think of.
Wahaha! I'll tell you later, okay? Actually, I feel tired. I think I'm going to go to bed early.
Really? Doesn't feel like it's been that long. Time flies when you're having fun.
But it has, Hechan. Maybe I can visit Yuko first, then go back? Or, I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter. Have fun without me, okay?
We're going to go back to the school soon anyway, Missha. Missha doesn't want to hear it and leaves anyway. She just starts to wonder why just as soon as I do, but while I keep it in my head, she signs it, seeming to want to discuss the possible reasons. After we're both done seeing all there is to see, I check the time and find that it is pretty late. My energy is starting to wear off, and it's a miracle that I managed to have you in this much too. Even Shizune is starting to look a little bit tired. We make our way back to the grounds. She seems disappointed when she sees the school building lit up and teeming with students. Something wrong?
I wanted to go up to the roof, but now there are too many people. I'm tired, so it might be for the best.
There are probably couples on the roof since it's that kind of holiday. Then again, I wouldn't know. Is that how it really is? I've never really been to any festivals before coming here. I'm disappointed. Now you said you want to see what the school was doing last night, like saving the best for last. Now you're telling me you don't want to? Not even a little? Thought you would have more energy. I don't feel tired. This seems to spark a competitive spirit. She immediately perks up, although it's then that I realized I didn't have anywhere in mind to take her. I don't feel like going to the main building myself. Fortunately, the area behind the school is both deserted and impressive looking today. I never appreciated how sprawling and well kept it was until seeing it at night. Almost seems to go on forever in the moonlight.
It's very pretty, even though it's just a field.
Thought earlier that she was too immature to pull off the old-fashioned clothes she was wearing tonight. But right now, she is quite beautiful in them. It makes me think back to that day, the other festival that I went to with her. She had looked the same way then. I want to tell her that I like her, decisively in one go, but even thinking about it is just so awkward. And the more I like her, the more awkward and afraid I am telling her how I feel. Even now, when I could do so if if I wanted without having to go through another person. Not to mention, what if what happened last time happens again? If it does, I might not get off so easily with a months-long hospital stay. I won't even think about it. Try to shove the thoughts out of my mind any way possible. Try to dismiss them as unlikely fears. Still, first time I had seen all of my pills, I imagined them cascading before me, enough for them to choke me. Still think of it from time to time. Can't say that it's not a legitimate concern. Times like these are nice enough that I can forget though.
My favorite thing about this school is that it's on top of a mountain.
Is it because it's that much closer to the sky?
Yes.
I like it too. Or more because of the fresh air. So competitive, too competitive. Whale bit you, you would bite it back. That makes her laugh, and she winks.
Would that be so bad?
Her smile is contagious. Yes.
It's true. I'm terrible a little. But if I can make people happy, I'm not entirely terrible, am I? Then, it's okay. There are many examples in my defense.
Maybe even for this moment is a kind of game for her. That's right. It's a romantic moment. I don't know if such a chance might come again. I feel compelled to say something awkward and stupid. If I think about it too much, I doubt my hands will listen to me. You want to be my girlfriend? He did it! Hope I signed it properly. Feel nervous. So I wanted to break into a run, yet I'm rooted to this spot. Couldn't hear a thing just minutes ago, and now I'm picking up every little ambient noise. Really, I'm nervous, and I wonder if it shows. 4 hours pass like seconds. Now the seconds pass like eons. They see Shizune's hands moving unsteadily before her, fumbling over each other, stopping halfway through each gesture. It's like she said, sign language gives you an opportunity to think your words through, and she's trying very hard to do that right now. A situation that she doesn't know how to respond to. Must be unthinkable. As stoic as Shizune tries to be. She can't hide her reddening cheeks, and she's very cute and feminine like this. And it puts me at ease to know she is as nervous as I am. The thought is yet another way in which I found myself competing with her.
Okay.
That's a simple reply, but as soon as I think that, Shizune takes a step forward and embraces me. An unsure and careful embrace. As if I were made of eggshell. As if she doesn't know how to hug someone. Although, to be honest, it's not a subject I'm familiar with either. Her yukata is cool and silky under my fingers. I can also feel Shizune's warmth. In the end, she thought this is the best possible gesture to show how she felt. Oh. Sleight of hand. All right. Yo, I think that's we're it's done. It's done. It's done. I think Hisao asked to pop the question to Shizune in sign language. Do you want to be my girlfriend? She said okay. And now we're in Act 3. I think that's a good place to call it. I think that's a big step up of progress and stuff. And I'm feeling kind of exhausted, so I need a little time, if you don't mind. But with that said, guys, it's been fun. We'll do more next week. This is Anime Fan RK2K. Thank you very much for joining me tonight for Visual Thursdays. Once again, happy Valentine's Day, because this was recorded on Valentine's Day, or live streamed on Valentine's Day. I mean, live streamed, not recorded. Maybe both. I'm not sure how to say it. Either way, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next week, next time, whatever I do or make. Have a good night. Thank you very much. Peace.